Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us tonight as we progress throughout this dope ass show. We had a special guest slip in the room during that last break. Give him an opportunity to rock the mic with the crew of the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. You can hear him every single Sunday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 5:30. Comedian Mike Bam White, Mike White Show. What it do, homie?
Hey man, your introductions, like, is your show over now? That was the longest damn introduction I've ever had in my life. Do you have any time left?
I'm doing good.
Are we recording, or are you gonna play this next week? I mean, God, dog, man.
We live right now.
That's what's up, man. You got that? What's that? You know that old school kind of player. What's the name of that movie?
What are you talking about?
I don't.
With Eddie Murphy. He was the radio disc jockey. But anyway, that's who you sound like. What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Oh my.
Doing good, man. It's good. It's good to see you. Hey, you got to know the comment gonna come in here.
Miss Doubtfire. No, it's not Miss Doubtfire.
I get it.
Doubtfire.
Not Miss Doubtfire.
That's
the
what
white
Robin
woman.
Williams. Yeah.
The white
Damn.
man woman.
Did he
yes.
really just go with Miss Doubtfire on
Yes.
us? Like,
No. What's the name of it? I'm gonna find it.
Eddie Murphy won't nowhere in that movie.
I'm used to getting it from Lissa P and Jay Grizzy, but now I got to get it from comedian Michael Bam White.
That's the pro, yo.
Yeah,
I ain't
man.
the pro. I'm just a fool like everybody else.
That's the pro.
Acting crazy.
Paid for it.
Acting crazy. Acting crazy. Well, this is the final segment of the night before we get into our rants and our closings. And so we're going to close it out by getting a couple of quick hits in on just a few things that we tease on the other side. Tyrese Gibson. All right. So this is the deal, right? Tyrese had a post in social media last week where he is very, very upset over the fact that he is not able to see his child. He is in a custody battle with his child's mom, and apparently he's on the losing end of that. He's paying child support. He's doing all of that. And a lot of brothers who are listening can appreciate what he may be going through. But I wanted to bring this up because we seeing this in social media. Now, I got some pretty strong opinions about this. I want the first lady in this on this one first. We saw Tyrese crying his eyeballs out. He was doing the ugly cry. We know what the ugly cry is all about. First lady, you saw Tyrese. What you think about it?
First of all, I said he is not crying. So wipe all 12 of your tears, Tyrese. Because, oh my God, that was so pitiful. That was the worst acting ever. And he wants what? Fast and the Furious to come back for what? Yo, you need to work on your acting classes because that really sucked. Like, seriously, Tyrese. Now, you don't have no more of that Coke money. Now, I'm not talking about the white Coke. I'm talking about the Coke when you was on the bus and you was singing your little hot out when you had your
headphones.
No, when you had the piercing in your bottom lip, Tyrese. I remember
That's
you from
right,
back
he
then.
sure did.
Yes, sir. Oh
That
my
been
God.
over 20 plus years ago, won't it?
Where are the Coke checks? I still drink Coke. Where are his checks? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore, that he gets on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever he was on, crying those 12
some Coke
tears.
money.
You know, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's for attention because again, he's been having his same issues with, you know, The Rock, not, you know, coming back to film and all of this good stuff. So again, it has to be for attention. And then the whole fact that Will and Jada actually reached out to him and gave him money, you know, from what I heard is basically to shut you up type of thing. But I don't understand what he's looking to gain from this, because I'm pretty sure this is not going to push the producers for Fast and the Furious to push no production up just to shut him up.
What you think?
So,
What you think, Bam?
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna let you go first, man.
First of all,
Please, 'cause I want to hear what you get.
the movie is Pootie Tang. Secondly,
Saturday.
yes,
Saudade.
yes.
Saudade.
yeah, you like,
Saudade.
yeah.
Weepy now.
Another thing I was about to say, first of all, man, I'm glad you asked the lady first to give her opinion because I already knew she was going to kick the man while he down. I mean, this dude is, look, let me tell you something. People with money don't cry for money. I mean, I don't think he's crying for money. The man hurt. You don't understand. See, women don't really understand.
You do not believe that, Bam. You do not believe that this man went on whatever Chat Snap G book he had and cried.
Snapchat G book.
To all gabillion. What?
I do believe he did it. It's out there.
Snapchat G book.
So you believe those were real tears? That wasn't acting. That was real.
Even if he was acting, they were real tears.
Okay.
They were real tears. This man, he was hurt or he played hurt. Either way, they real tears. But the point that I'm making is this. You have no idea what men go through as it pertains to wanting to be a part of our kids' lives when we've been shut down from that ability. So whether they were real tears or not, the pain is real. Now, I think sometimes we try to undermine a person's pain because they may go too far with trying to show that they're in pain, but it still doesn't discount that this dude might be going through something because of his kid. Like, dudes, we supposed to be the tough people, you know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to be crying. Whatever, nigga, don't want my daughter no way, shit. No, that ain't real. We want to be around our kids. I think he's hurt. I think the man is hurt. I think that the Coca-Cola money, he ain't got that no more. He spent Coca-Cola money a long time ago.
Yeah, he's spending it $13,000 a month.
Hey, he spent that a long time ago. There's no more Coca-Cola money. He need to do like the Verizon dude. He need to go to Pepsi
and switch it up, right?
Because they may go.
Get some more checks coming in.
Yeah, get some more checks coming in.
Can you hear me now?
As
Can you
far
hear me
as
now?
Fast and Furious
Yes.
is concerned, look. When you've only been a great actor in one movie, you need that movie to stay. Because he ain't really been a good actor in nothing else.
You ain't like Baby Boy, man?
Baby Boy was good.
Okay.
But you can only do one Baby Boy.
Okay.
I mean, what, she gonna have another kid? I mean, how you gonna bring Baby Boy back?
I'm just saying. Every time Tyrese
How
said
did Baby
Jody,
Boy end?
I don't even remember.
Oh, Baby Boy ended. I mean, like, TV part and all that stuff.
Did she marry him? Or
No,
anything?
they got engaged, and she was pregnant with a second child and all that
Oh,
good
there you
stuff.
go.
Oh,
Baby
just
Boy part
the
two?
normal,
But I'm
the
saying that's
normal
what we're
hood
gonna do. We'll
stuff.
talk about the second
But
child.
that's been over 15 years ago.
The normal
15
hood stuff, though.
The normal hood stuff. Right.
That child go to USC now.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Because Baby Boy was a while ago, right?
You say Reynolds, man?
Somewhere. I mean, yeah.
So what you think about this, Taco?
Oh, man. Okay. I'm the only one in the middle of all of us that does not have a child.
Okay.
Yet.
No, I don't have a child either.
Okay.
And I don't want it.
But the fact remains that my brothers are right here, and especially you.
I haven't said anything yet.
I know you, especially you, because I see the connection with you and your daughter, and for me, I look at on everything for what it is, on that level, and I get it on the surface, because every man wants to be there for his child, especially brothers and their daughters, for sure. But that said, you still a baby boy, and the way you acted, that was, as we say from around the way, one love HP. That was some straight punk shit. You do not take to social media to air that out and then have you and your crocodile tears on some "what more do you want" type crap.
Yes, what more do you want from me?
Bam Bam got it right here.
What
And that
is
right there,
that?
that right there, it's like, look, I'm raised by my granddaddy. And nothing wrong with being emotional, but sometimes it comes to a point where you got to, when you got that business going on, you need to toughen up and go handle that business to either get your child support lowered,
Yes,
or
Tycoon.
you do something to say, no, you want to do that? No. You either give me custody
Yes, Tycoon.
or else, ... And you doing that behind the scenes. That right there, that was unbecoming, especially
I just saw the
especially
video.
with us as brothers. Come on, man. That's just really making us
Just seeing
look
the
fake.
video.
This
Real
is
terrible.
my first time seeing the video.
Yeah.
Oh, so now it's different now. Oh, it's different now. Oh, it's different.
Let me say this real quick. I won't be
Go ahead.
long.
Go ahead,
I know
man.
I took my
Go
time.
ahead, ma'am. You good?
Uh-oh, here we go.
You good?
You're not about to change
This
it up, are
nigga
you?
right here that I just seen on this video. The dude that I'm looking at, Tyrese Gibson,
You about to play
whatever
it on
his
the
last
mic,
name
bro.
is. Look, let me say this.
Play it on the mic. Play it on the mic.
And no one's listening because no one's in the courtroom. I'm not doing anything.
First of all, nigga, you at the crib. How you ain't nobody? You right? Ain't nobody listening because you're not in court right now, Tyrese. You're at home. I mean, come on, man. Look, see,
Homo mule.
I want you to come with that same
like the-
energy that you had when you told me that they was real or fake crocodile tears. Go ahead.
they fake tears.
Oh, so it's different now.
They are fake tears. They real. It's real water. They fake tears. Or they come from a fake place.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the best
yes.
analogy. Thank
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
He,
man.
you know how black people don't like niggas.
Yes.
All right, we gonna ban the word.
Or using the
Yeah,
word.
you know what I
I
mean.
gave you
Yeah.
3 of them. We not gonna do no more.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. My bad.
No,
I guess
that's bad.
that makes me the N word. But what I'm saying is, you know how we don't like them because they make us look bad. He just made every baby dad on earth.
Yes.
He done set us back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when
Tried
I
to
watched
tell you,
that when
bro.
I watched that video, right? This is what I took from the video. You can't go in social media and be that raw. You just can't go on social media and be that raw because there's no win. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do these things, you have to have some sort of plan, some sort of strategy, some sort of this is what I seek to gain at the end of this.
Right.
What do I want? When you go on social media, you post some, I want people to like this. Oh, okay, cool. You go on social media, I want people to watch this video. Oh, okay. You go on social media, I want people to listen to this song. Okay, cool. You go on social media and you cry about not being able. What was you looking to get? Like, what was the win? You can't go on social media and do that and think that there's some sort of benefit at the end of it. Like, what was he looking to do?
Man, what's better than a walking GoFundMe account? Come on, man. Again, he's trying to say that he's in a financial bind. So that's why he can't pay or do the things that he needs to do to see his child.
But I think
So
that
again,
most of the
now that
people who are watching that are probably more people laughing at him than supporting
yeah,
him.
because even his prior video, I think that he put out yesterday, said, I got all these billion and millionaire friends in my phone and ain't nobody reached out to me and helped me or nothing. Not nothing, but nothing.
Is that what he said?
That's true.
I didn't see that one.
I believe I saw that's part of that
that's the one.
snippet.
Yeah, that was the one from yesterday.
But he ended
early in
up,
the week.
but he ended up getting $5 million.
Exactly.
But can we agree that Tyrese is probably emotionally unstable?
Absolutely.
Hell,
Oh,
Not
yes.
just from this,
Oh,
but
yes.
just
Oh,
from
yeah, from previous.
his track
Yes.
record.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any question that
Yeah.
there's a question to this mental stability, because I'm one of those people who firmly knows that if you go on social media and you're that raw, whether you're Tyrese Gibson or Tyrese Hood guy, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing that, then there's a level of instability and what's the word? You trying to get attention seeking.
Yeah.
That is outside of my level of comprehension. Like, I don't understand why someone would do that. That's just me.
Yeah.
But if we really want to think about the deep down, okay, fine. Let's think about Tyrese. If we really want to think about Tyrese, now that he's got this video out here, it will forever be out there. He will never be able to live this video down. So if anybody ever want to punk Tyrese, all they got to do is throw that up and put it in a meme.
Yeah, when he's
the new
sobered
Michael
up,
Jordan now.
you know, he probably done sobered up since then.
Oh, you know he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
They be
yeah.
like, take it down. They be like, dude, it's too late.
Too late. Carol King.
Now he's got a
Too
meme out
late,
now with his daughter
baby.
laying on his chest saying, basically, after what he's done, see what can happen. You know what I'm saying? He's fooled all of y'all. And now he's got $5 million from Will and Jada
He
Pinkett.
ain't fooled me.
He
He ain't fooled me.
either.
Cause soon as I seen the video, the first thing I said.
No,
was,
I didn't see the video at the time. I was going to the benefit of the doubt as a man that has had to fight the good fight
Got him.
But you got upset at this
to
one.
be in my daughter's life. But then once I saw the video,
Okay.
That
Give it
right
to a
there?
woman to beat a man while he's down.
Got him.
you still beat him while he down. I'm not taking that part back.
You're right, because he act like he was
As the
getting
ghetto
beat with a
boy
switch.
said, read these Nikes.
Yeah.
Ain't no half step with Marcus J. Live from the Dan Legacy in that radio. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to rock with us. We'll roll with y'all if you want to rock with us tonight. All right. So, First Lady, this next story. This one is about social media users who are defending a TV anchor after a woman called in and said she looks ridiculous because of her size.
And I think the chick is bad, and I'm gonna give it to her right now. And I don't even like chicks. Show him.
She said, she is sexy.
Here's the story, right? Here's the
right.
story. I'm gonna read it as is. I'm getting this from the New York Daily News, but it's all over the national wire, so you can get it from a number of places. But angry viewers called out about this one particular. The angry viewer called about this one particular news anchor, Jan Shedd, took to Facebook on Wednesday to call out Channel 8 in Dallas new traffic reporter Demetria Obalor, who she said was, quote, size 16, 18 woman in a size 6 dress. Has anyone seen Channel 8's new morning traffic reporter? Her name is Demetria Obalor. She's a size 16, 18 in a 6 dress. She looks ridiculous. This is what the viewer Jan wrote. I understand that when I watch Channel 8, I'm going to get biased reporting and political correctness, but clearly they have taken complete leave of their senses. I'm not going to watch Channel 8 anymore. Basically, Jan in her feelings because her sister's thick.
Man, look, man.
I mean, if I'm wrong, if I interpreted that wrong, someone tell me that I didn't interpret that
No,
correct.
that was right on
804
point.
First Lady, I got it right. Taku.
Oh, you
Yeah,
on
you
point.
definitely got it
Oh, Lord.
right.
So
Yeah.
basically, Jan is called in, and she's pissed because you got a thick sister on the damn news.
All right, back up. Before we even get to the system, back up. All
Okay,
right,
let's back
get
it
to
Let's
Jan.
back up. Let's
get
back.
to Jan.
Let's talk
Start
about
with
Jan.
Jan.
Yes, Jan obviously has something going on in her life where she is searching to find something wrong with other people. And so it ain't about the good-looking, thick woman, because I'm from Alabama, that's how we like them. There's nothing wrong with
I've
this
been in
woman
your
on
neck
this
of the woods
television
yet, but I
show.
want to go.
Jan, and just to let you know, Jan is an older white woman.
Jan has been suffering from this probably since high school.
She
Maybe
jealous.
before high school.
She jealous of sisters.
But I would like to talk to Jan's friends. I would like to talk to them two people
Sure, I got
and figure out what has been Jan's issue all her life. Don't nobody pick on somebody that looks that good to try to make them look bad. And I'm not gonna watch Channel 8. Jan, Jan's power ain't on no way. So how's she gonna watch the news anyway?
Oh, how you said it? That was the first. He said her power.
It took me a minute to catch what he said.
So I mean, let me see that.
This is the one that she said that she was a 16, 18, and she had on a size 6 dress. That's what Jan complained about, that she was too curvy for the dress, and she looked unprofessional. So she was no longer going to watch the Channel 8 news. Yeah, I'm mad you liked it, so did I. Stop.
Well,
Do we have a situation where we're body shaming here? Because normally when we're doing the body shaming thing, we do the body shaming with non-traditional shapes that,
Yes.
maybe overweight, you know
Yes.
what I mean? Or maybe underweight, you know what I mean?
What
I don't know that I've ever seen a body shaming situation where
Yeah.
you've got a person who's curvaceous. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'll ask the sister that's in the room, First Lady.
Well, I don't got any damn curves.
But is this a body shaming situation?
No, it's jealousy, because Jan is an older white woman. She doesn't even have. She can't even grow hips if she wants to. She's gonna have to go purchase them. So therefore, it's only jealousy.
Store-bought.
Yeah, man. She's.
now that I think about it,
I
thought about this.
I hate your
You
finger,
got to see
yo.
the face, yo.
I hate
You
your
got to
finger.
see the face,
I hate
yo.
your finger.
You got to see it.
I could almost empathize with Jan.
Let me see if I can show you a picture of Jan.
Here's why I could almost empathize with Jan. When I moved to Los Angeles in 2009 and the news came on, for the first time I'm watching the news in LA, The women that are on the news in LA, you don't even know what they talking about because you ain't paying attention to what they saying. You're paying attention to what they look like.
Right.
What I've noticed since I left Los Angeles is that more women that are being put on the news now is now coming from how they look a lot more than what they know or what they went to school for, the meteorologists and traffic. No. They want good-looking women. Jan is used to the old school chick.
Right.
With the pantsuit.
So Jan is used to the Roseanne Hillary Clinton looking chick.
Yes. Now this new
Yes.
curvaceous,
So
extraordinary, sexy.
So she don't want to see Lupita.
She don't want to see that. And what Jan felt about when she turned to 12, guess what? It's going to be somebody there too, Jan.
I bet you said what you did.
Facebook Live don't crack on my facial expression, but
Yo, let me tell you. Okay, and I actually went on to Demetria's IG page, and hopefully you'll be able to hear what she says. But let me see if I can play what she says. Hold on.
okay.
Okay, so I'm waking up from my Friday nap, right? Apparently to some controversy, but a whole lot of love. The controversy is coming from people who aren't too happy with the way that I look on television, saying, oh, her body is too big for that dress, or she's too curvy, or her hair is unprofessional, it's crazy, we don't like it. A quick word to those people. This is the way that I'm built. This is the way that I was born. I'm not going anywhere, so if you don't like it, you have your options. Now, to the people who show love, I love you right back. You know, when you look a little different, people think it's okay to talk to you a little different. And I'm on TV. I can't clap back how I want to clap back all the time. So I'm always taken aback and forever grateful for everybody, people I don't even know, who come to my defense, stand next to me and say, you know what, Demetria, you don't have to put up with this. And I love you for that. Shout out to Chance the Rapper for taking this right to his Twitter page and putting a spotlight on the negativity.
Dope.
Yeah. So basically, I'm happy that she was able to do her own kind of clap back in a professional way to let Jan know, look, that's how she is. She's here to stay. If you don't like it, you have other options. Period.
And that, I mean, I think what Jan said is what needs to be said. I don't think nothing needs to be said.
I think that Jan
summed it up.
I think Jan's comments.
Demetria.
Demetria.
My bad.
I think Jan's comments are ridiculous. I think Jan's comments are petty. I agree with the First Lady that her comments are based in jealousy, and I think Demetria comes and basically puts the big joke on the table or the domino, puts her hand through it and says,
Domino.
there it is. And you know how Steph Marcus J live from the Dan Legacy in that radio. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. Last thing I want to get to in this segment, First Lady, I'm picking on you tonight, and I appreciate you being a good sport about it. Last thing I want to get to in this segment is I want to talk about the 44th First Lady of the United States of America, Michelle Obama. She says men are, quote, entitled, self-righteous because women protect them too much. That's the headline. She was at a summit last week in Chicago where she said this. She's speaking at the first Obama Foundation International Summit, one of the event's headliners. Of course, she said that men are essentially babied and protected by women while women are raised to be strong. Quote, it's like the problem in the world today. We love our boys. We raise our girls. We raise them to be strong. Sometimes we take care not to hurt men, and I think we pay a little for this. Y'all should get you some friends and talk to each other, because that's the other thing that women do. We straighten each other out on some things. Our girlfriends is where she continues. She also says it's powerful to have strong men, but what does that strength mean? You know, does it mean respect? Does it mean responsibility? Does it mean compassion? She went on to question if women protect men to the point they feel, quote, entitled and self-righteous, saying, quote, are we protecting our men too much so they feel a little entitled and self-righteous sometimes? But that's kind of on us too as women and mothers, as we nurture men and push our girls to be perfect. She came under fire for this, First Lady. I would like to know, as a lady in the room, it's unfortunate that I got to put you in a position where you have to represent women, but obviously
No,
you don't.
it's cool.
You represent your own personal opinion.
Yes.
And I think folks will be surprised by my opinion on this. You're first.
Yes, I represent myself because I do not have children, but I do have 2 nephews, with 26 and 22. And one of them right now, the oldest one, is serving overseas in the military. So yes, I do somewhat agree with the First Lady. I feel like, again, it's from back in the day. I guess if you want to take it from the old Willie Lynch letter, what they did to the black men, how they, tied them to horses and let the horses run in different directions, and the women had to stand there and watch their men be, mutilated and just disgraced, and, even to the point where their private parts were cut off and stuck in their mouths, things like that. So women, even from those younger generations, have said, I'm going to make sure I protect my son at all costs, because this is another man that I want to raise and to be okay. So therefore, yeah, I do feel like that a lot of women and some single parents, mothers, like I know my sister did it to my nephew, like because his father wasn't there, she did everything she could to make sure he wasn't without. So knowing that she could not be his father, she tried to be his father. Of course, he had uncles and other things like that. But again, she babied him a lot. Like she let him get away with a lot of stuff. And again, she wanted him to feel okay and loved because his father figure was not in his life. So, a lot of things he does now, he feels entitled, like he can't get in trouble, like he's invisible. And I'm looking at him like, where did you get this from? And it's again because he's been spoiled all his life. So yes, I feel like that spoiling a child, especially a son, it could hinder them later on in life. And, hey, if you don't like what I say, you can call it 804-402-2893. But I totally feel, yes, if you spoil, just like they tell you, and I think they do this for girls and boys, but when they tell you when a child's first born, don't hold them all the time. You're going to spoil them. You're going to get them all spoiled for you to hold them. That's, again, as they get older in life, the single mothers with the kids, they continue to hold on to them. They hold on and hold them until they don't let them breathe. So, and then you get to the point where the sons are like, almost like the mothers are like their sons' girlfriends. That's like how tight they are and how close they are and how a hold they have on their child. But I do feel like that is somewhat true, that women could be some kind of enablers to their sons, especially in single parent homes.
Taco.
Shoot, Lisa just took all my answers. but nonetheless, a good deal of me is like, I agree with that. But somewhere in the midst of all of that, for a lot of us that have been raised by men, it's kind of like it's really like trying to throw a little bit of an uppercut, because it's like it sounds just so generalized, as though it's really the whole population, when we know that's not the case. Because in most cases where there is single motherhood going on, there is a great deal of enabling, and I've seen it, experienced it firsthand, thankful that my younger cousins, my god brother, they are, being productive, because they had us around to lead them in the right way, so they would not have to face any of that, because being enabled is just it leads to entitlement, which can lead them to get in trouble, where at the end of the day, that disciplinarian, what all disciplinarians have to do, clean up this mess.
Right.
So I understand what former First Lady was getting at, yet at the same time, the way she laid it out there, but at the same time, it's too generalized. Way too generalized.
What you think, Bam?
Well, I think if a monkey take medicine, it can give a midget a high five. That meant nothing. Now, what I want to say though is, what I do want to say is that I think Michelle Obama has a very, very valid point as it pertains to how women treat young men, kids. And then I think she has a very valid point as to how women have set such a low bar for the expectation of what we think we need to do to get a woman. You know, so it's kind of like the enabling comes from, if I know that I can just run to the club, if I say, yo, tonight I just want to go get me a chick, and I just go down to the club, and you don't know me, you don't know nothing about me, but I can buy you 2 drinks, and you mine. You are making me think that women are at the bottom of the totem pole, so that when I do meet a woman that is very high quality, very serious about life and things of that nature, I'm going to look at her like she crazy. So, I think in that aspect, that makes it easy for us. I also think that we're at a disadvantage. Women are at a disadvantage, which is why they make it so easy, because if you look at the ratio of men and women, then if you look at the ratio of professional women to professional men. But I think that women should make us into a high standard, because when you do that, you will change the whole landscape of how men are. If you just make us have to work to even get you. If you say, you know what, if you want a woman like me, you got to go and do this, and I need to see you do this. Not for me, but for yourself. That way, when you show up, I know I got a man, not somebody that just can buy me stuff. So I think, I agree with Michelle. I know she's going to come on fire because people expect her to be the stroking woman. She's the first lady. You stroke people, you pet people. No, the heck with that. That's the point she's trying to make. No, that ain't what I'm doing.
No.
And plus, Michelle, is really unfair, though, in one sense of it, because you are married to the president. How many Negroes you know are presidential at that level?
Right.
So your bar is like, come on, you married to the first black president.
But you know, I seen
you
a
ain't
lot
gonna
of,
find him in Wickham Court.
I seen a lot of people. Curry's Woods, shout out to Jersey City. I seen a lot of people who have shade towards her, and I know you didn't give her shade on your last point. You were kind of speaking of it holistically. You weren't giving her shade, but the point that you were making, I've seen people give her shade because they're like, you don't even have sons. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know? And I think it's a situation where many of us can get the experience we need on the job as opposed to going to school for it. You know what I'm saying? And she's one of those people that got it on the job. As the First Lady of the United States of America, she saw a lot of stuff. She was in a position to be able to see a lot of stuff and talk to a lot of people and be involved in a lot of situations. And, you know, the First Lady of Legacy and that radio nailed it when she talked about the whole slavery backdrop, because that's, to me, where a lot of it comes from, where you have a lot of these women who basically spoil their sons and their boys and the young men that's in their purview. And these young men have distorted views of how their relationships with women are supposed to be. And sometimes they are overly aggressive.
Yeah.
And sometimes they lack any aggression at all. Like, there's no balance. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate. And a lot of the ones that are overly aggressive are entitled. They have certain levels of expectations of their women. You know what I'm saying? And they are self-absorbed. They think that their women are supposed to just stop what they're doing to take care of them. And I think there are some normal guys who are not messed up who sometimes fall into the same trap. And so I think that she's spot on. And I think the last thing I'm going to say, I'll get back to you, Bam. But I think, honestly, I think any dude, any male, particularly a black man, that has a strong negative reaction to what she said needs to check himself.
Yes. And the point that I was about to make is I actually just overlooked something, and I was doing it in a joking manner, but the substance aspect of what I just said, I don't want anybody to get confused. I said Michelle got the president as if Barack showed up to Michelle presidential. We have to understand that Michelle helped make Barack presidential.
There would
and it
be
did not
none.
come by babying Barack Obama.
Absolutely
It came
not.
by holding him accountable to the things that he said he wanted to do, making him understand what his true worth is, making him have goals that Barack probably didn't have when he first met Michelle. So I don't want to discount and be like, yo, well, Michelle, you ended up getting a great man. No, Michelle helped make Barack a great man. And I think that's really one of the major points she's trying to say, is that we get into these relationships with these women, and these women just allow us to be less than what we're capable of. And I don't think she allowed that with Barack.
And again, I agree with you with that too, because on top of that, you know, I have and had girlfriends that have had sons before they had them and who are pregnant now and is going to have a boy. And that's the first thing I hear all my chick friends say is, I want a boy. I just want to spoil him. Ain't nothing like a mama's boy, and that's what they're always say. So, I totally agree with you, Bam. With she helped him become a man, but from the beginning, what do you do from the womb once you have them? How do you, and especially again, if that woman is going to be single and she has a son, right then and there, of course, we would want them to right then, you need to be presidential. You're good. Even at 2 weeks old, you're good. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do none of that probably until they get out of high school into college.
That's true. But even if you look at Barack's background from when he was a child and his father left and went back to Kenya and he was being raised by his grandmother. I mean, his grandmother did not baby Barack.
Right.
They had money. Barack got one of the greatest educations all the way up from kindergarten all the way up to high school.
Right.
So they had paper. Now, when he was in Indonesia, he didn't have a lot of paper. That's when he was mom. But his grandparents did not buy him cars and video games and things that they paid for this man's education.
Right.
And this was a woman that was doing this. So I think even from the beginning, Barack, if you want to just use it as we use him as an example, Barack was set up by women not to be less than what he was capable of.
Yeah.
Whereas what Michelle is saying is too many women are allowing males to not see their full potential by babying and enabling them.
Right. So what do you do with that majority then? Because it's more of them than it is of Barack's grandmother.
I think with the majority, first we have to put the men back in the household, like my man was saying.
Yeah.
His vision of it all is different because he had a man in the household.
He has to step up though.
Who's that?
When you say putting a man back in the household.
Well, I'm talking about from the systematic aspect. I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying. I'm not going this way, but I'm just saying through systematic oppression, through the perpetuated psychological processes that go on in the neighborhoods that some of these men are coming from, that we got to change that system and stop tearing the people down and build up the systems to change this psychological process.
Right. Back to what I said. He's got to step up.
Yes.
Because that's got nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? He has to understand what his position is. And what his position in life and in the family and in society and the community, like he has to know. And at some point, he's going to have to realize maybe some of the restraints that he may have had from the woman who was trying to hold him back simply out of fear for his life.
It's out of love, absolutely.
Out of love,
yeah.
And he's gonna have to step out of that and ladies, you may not want to hear this, but pump your chest and say, I'm a man.
And go find a man for this dude. And I'm not talking about find some dude that you got to sleep with and all that. No. Go put your kid in a situation where there's a strong man that he will be connected to if you don't have a man in your house.
Right.
But still, that woman will have a hard time. I'm not saying a woman cannot, because that's not true, but a woman has a hard time trying to raise a man.
It's funny you say that. I was just having this conversation recently about a person that's close to me who did not grow up with this person didn't grow up with their father, but there were ample men.
Yeah.
Alpha men who knew how to be men, who knew how to teach young men how to be men. And so if you are unable to father your own child for whatever reason, you need to figure out a way to give that shit back. Like, seriously. Like, for real. Because if you're not, then you're wasting space. And you're creating a situation where you may be putting the next generation in peril.
Not maybe.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. And that's the perpetuating cycle that I'm speaking about. Yeah. Because if you don't know how to teach somebody to be better and you're lazy or slothful yourself in your own way of living, then you're only going to show somebody that you can justify why you can be lazy and slothful.
All you're going to do is teach it.
And that's it.
Ain't no how stuff. Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Outstanding dialogue. It's unfortunate that we got to end it. We're going to take our final break of the night. We come back. We're going to rant. We're going to close. We're going to have a moment in history. And we also have a missing child. I got Bam Bam, Michael Bam Bam White. I got Ty Cool and the First Lady, comedian that's Lisa P. I'm Marcus J. Be back in a few, y'all. Stay with us.